Now in chapter number 5, the next topic is bar magnet as an equivalent current carrying solenoid. We have studied that the magnetic field lines produced by a bar magnet is similar to the magnetic field lines produced by solenoid, as well as we know that bar magnet consists of two poles. If we will divide or cut it into two parts, so it will divide it into two smaller bar magnets having separate north and south poles, that is dipoles in each fragments, as well as it will be a weaker magnet. Similarly, we will cut it into two parts. It will divide into two smaller solenoids having north and south poles. Here also, and this is also a weaker magnet. So we have studied this, and we can say that bar magnet behaves like a equivalent solenoid. Now let's prove that by simple derivation, that the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet at point P on the axis, vertical axis, is given by permeability of free space mu naught by 4 pi into 2 magnetic dipole moment by r cube, where r is the distance from the center of a magnetic axis to point P. Now here we will derive the value of magnetic field on the axis at point P and find the value of magnetic field and see whether it is equal to the value of magnetic field produced by a bar magnet. Let's draw a finite solenoid for this. Having n capital N number of current carrying loops. This is horizontal axis, this is vertical axis. Effective length between the poles is 2L. Direction of this magnetic length is from south to north. So let us suppose if this is the current flowing is in anticlockwise direction at this end, so it is considered as a north pole, and this is as a south pole. Current is clockwise. The radius of the solenoid is small a. The separate lengths are L from the midpoint of the magnetic axis. Consider a small length element dx in the solenoid. The distance from O up to dx is x, and the distance from point O to P is r, and here it is south pole. This length can be taken as minus L and this can be taken as plus L, because we have studied that the length direction of magnetic length is from south to north pole, and we consider or compare south pole with negative charge because the direction or the force experienced by the south pole is opposite to the direction of magnetic field. The direction of north pole is along the direction of magnetic field. So it can be taken as a positive, it can be taken as negative. Here, small n is the number of turns per unit length. Thus we can see that if capital N is the total number of turns, and therefore the number of turns in this element, small element, is equivalent to number of turns per unit length into small dx element. And we have also studied in chapter 4, topic number 4.6. In that we have found the value of magnetic field on the axis due to a current carrying circular loop and due to small element. The value of magnetic field here, which is similar to 4.6, is that if we are considering this as a small length element and we are finding the value of magnetic field at point P due to this length element, which is equal to the value of magnetic field which we have studied in 4.6, which is equal to magnitude of magnetic field at point P due to dx small current element. Here we are taking because the current is flowing in each number of length or turn, that is equal to dB mu naught by 2 I a square, radius of a solenoid, into number of turns in small current element by the distance from the current element to point P, which is equal to R minus this X. R minus X whole square plus A square whole power 3 by 2. Now if we consider that this distance R is very large as compared to the radius of a solenoid, or this radius is very large as compared to this small this x distance. So we can ignore x and a in that case. That is, if R is very far away, the distance is more as compared to x, and R is very greater than the radius. Therefore, in the denominator we get, numerator will be as it is, mu naught I a square and dx upon r square. This is negligible, we get r square, and this 2 will cancel out, we are remain with r cube. This is the value of small magnitude, value of magnetic field. Now, the complete magnetic field we can get by integrate this value. Therefore, total magnetic field due to finite solenoid at P on axis, on axial line equal to mu naught I a square n upon 2r cube. All are constants. N I a square by 2r cube, and integration of small current element dx over x is equal to length varies from minus L to plus L. This is equal to mu naught NIA square by 2r cube into x. Now when we will substitute the value, it is equal to L minus L, that is equal to 2L. Therefore, we can write directly as 2L here. Now multiply and divide by 2 pi, we get mu naught by 4 pi two n, we can write it in this way, 2n into 2L by r cube into n into pi and I a square. Now we have studied that the value of magnetic dipole moment is equal to number of turns in the solenoid into current into area vector, or in magnitude form it is M equivalent to NIA. Here area is equal to pi a square, I is given, so we can write magnetic field B equivalent to first write the value of magnetic dipole moment, which is equal to capital N is equal to number of turns per unit length into the total magnetic length, N into 2L, I and the area, that is pi a square, and 2L I pi a square is small m. So here we are remain with mu naught upon 4 pi into 2 small m by r cube. On substituting the value of magnetic dipole moment, it is equal to B is given as mu naught by 4 pi into 2 m by r cube. This is the value of magnetic field at point P on an axial line due to solenoid. And it is similar, we can see that it is similar to the value of magnetic field due to a bar magnet.